Look, if you are an Indian guy, you love cars, and are not over 35 years old, then you must have played the game Need for Speed Most Wanted. And if you are watching this video and haven't played this legendary game yet, then I swear, click off this video and play it right now. Even if it's pirated, like most Indians do, as far as I know. And the reason why I'm saying this is because almost everyone around me, whether they are in their 20s or teens, have played this game. And if you haven't, then you're missing out so much with the best game in the franchise of Need for Speed. That said, in this video, I'll be ranking every Blacklist car in the game from worst to best, with 5 bonus cars which I'll mention ahead in this video. And just so we are clear, this is my opinion, so if you're offended by this list, then
you can stick it up your ass.
Alright, let's go. Now there is just one rule that I want you to know. The cars in this list will be ranked more on the basis of the car's looks than performance, or lower blacklist cars have no chance on even being in the top 10. So there are 20 cars that I will rank, including the 5 bonus cars apart from the blacklist, which I'll mention while I rank them, so it's a secret. So the number 20th car in the list is Kaz's Mercedes-Benz 500. Okay, it's the CLK 500, and the reason why it is my least favorite car in the blacklist is because I just have a personal grudge against it, and my favorite racing game streamer Guru just fuels that grudge, as he states it the worst car in the entire game. So much so that Need for Speed Most Wanted Pepegamol, which is a meme mod of the game, has presented it as Mercedes-Benz 500. So figure it out. So the number 19th car in the list is Jules Ford Mustang GT. And my reason for this car to be this low in the list is because this car is just bland. Its colors, vinyl and rims are just too generic. I would have preferred the beta concept of the car because it had some character in it, like its unique vinyl. The number 18th bonus car apart from the blacklist in the list is Ronnie's Toyota Supra from the early Rockport stages. I mean, it's cool, but I would have preferred Vic's Supra more because I like Supra, but mostly in darker colors, and yellow is not one of them. The number 17th car in the list is Big Lou's Mitsubishi Eclipse. This car in the entire game is the most priced out car I have ever seen because first, rims are cringy, I never liked those, and this Eclipse is front wheel drive, but it still has that big ass swing in the back. But hey, it's not all that bad. Its wide body kit is cool, the Tiger is aggressive, and I liked it when I drove it in my career. But I just cannot get my head around this front wheel drive car having a big wing, and also because it's slow as well. The number 16th car in the list is Easy's Mazda RX-8. I like the RX-8 having clever engineering with its suicidal doors and its rotary Wankel engine, but it was quite a downgrade from Mazda RX-7, hence number 16 in the list. But the good sides of Easy's RX-8 is that the vinyl in the car is magnificent. The combination of red and grey color is great. Also, the number 15th bonus car in the list is Roger's Pontiac GT. Alright, this car has my mixed feelings. The black and red combination with that sick vinyl suits the Dodge character so well for its appearance and voice but the car itself wasn't worth it because and only because of this Ford Mustang GT from PS2 demo and the beta version of the game. That Mustang is, I think, should have been in the final game, but it wasn't. So that's why it is number 15 in the list. Alright Guru, don't kill me for this one, but the 14th car in the list is Sony's VW Golf GTI. You know, interestingly, I was going to rank this car after Kaj's Mercedes, but I kinda changed my mind after I drew this car by myself. And I'm not joking, here's the proof on Instagram, so go follow me there. Anyway, because this car was the last car in the Blacklist, it was slow and I didn't had any exciting memories with it. But when I drew this car, I just realized how cool it was. The number 13th bonus car in the list is Mia's Mazda RX-8, and the same reason as Sony's VW Golf, this car is simple and elegant. If Easy's Mazda RX-8 is a BBW with that white body kit, then this car is a slim and fit car with a simple body kit. And those initial cutscenes when this car was on screen, it was just so cool. The number 12th car in the list is Bull's Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Now the thing that I said about simplicity in some previous cars, this car just takes it too far to the point of having no character at all. I mean, apart from rims and fresh coat of black paint, this car is just bland compared to other cars in the game. No hit to the car though, it is maxed out and painfully fast, hence this far up in the list. But it would have been better if the beta version of the car, which had some visual modifications done to it, was present in the final game. The number 11th car in the list is Taz's Lexus IS300. This is the weakest car in the entire Blacklist along with the VW Golf in terms of performance, and I was already going to put this car at a very low tier, but as to come to think of it, performance is not everything. When I also drew this car by myself, I came to realize that it had some cool features, like it had an awesome body kit and somewhat weird but cool vinyl in the package. I just prefer it to be black though. The number 10th car in the list is Ronnie's Aston Martin DB9, his second car which he got from his parents. Anyway, unlike his Supra, I quite like the Aston Martin because it has that thick body kit, even thicker than its official race car body kit, and also that carbon fiber wing was so cool. But the best thing about this car is its vinyl. That green vinyl on that yellow paint which says "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" just suits the type of character Ronnie is, which is just so cool and one of my favorites. That's why this car is in the top 10. The number 9th car in the list is Webster Chevrolet Corvette C6. This car was my favorite one when I was a little kid because if you got that pink slip, it was fully maxed out except nitrous, which was already unlocked. It had that aggressive body kit, that V8 rumble sound with the supercharger, and best of all, that vinyl, which also matched its rims. I also would have liked it more if it were painted black or white though. The number 8 car in the list is Joe Vegas / JV's Dodge Viper SRT10. I'll just call him JV for now. A fun fact or a theory if you like, when we are beaten by Razor in the early stages of the game, the guy who screams cop is presumably JV. You can see its similar appearance from the Blacklist cover, but the thing which supports it and makes it shaky at the same time is his car, which in the cutscenes is a stock green SRT10, but in the Blacklist it has new rims, white body kit, wing and a vinyl. So let me know in the comments below of what you think of it. Anyway, let's actually talk about this car according to my rank. And as I said, those visual modifications just won my heart a long time ago because it's a Viper. I expect the car to be aggressive, and so with that white body kit and the custom Isle scent green paint was just so freaking cool. The number 7th car in the list is Razor's Ford Mustang GT, which is a bonus car by the way. I wanted this car to be at least in the top 3 of this list because this Mustang was everything that you would expect to be owned by a character like Razor, which is a mean, crazy, aggressive, cold and confident like
she's mine now, and I'm gonna ride her like you never could.
you just name it, except for cheating, you know. So number 7 that is, and the fact that there are other cars which I like more. The number 6th car in the list is Baron's Porsche Cayman S. This Baron guy was one of my favorite characters in the game just because of his car. I mean, look at it. It is kinda like Razor's Mustang visually, but this car when I was a kid was a Porsche and the first most exciting car in the Blacklist. And so, I made so many good memories driving this car in the game with that flat 6 sound. That I was completely obsessed with it. Though it could have been higher in the list if the car didn't have those fake bolts, because if you didn't know, those bolts you see on the car are fake and part of a vinyl. So, just so you know. The number 5th and last bonus car in the list is Cross's Chevrolet Corvette C6/C6R. Now, Cross's Corvette has its own 3 versions that we can see in the final game. There is a normal C6 Corvette we see in the gameplay while in Pursuits. The second version is the C6R, which we can see in the intro cutscene with a different black and gold color vinyl, and the last one is the C6R in the cutscenes. And I can say that it's a C6R is because there is already a C6R in the game in the bonus car section. Notice the rims, side exhaust, a big wing, and the overall lower ride height compared to the C6 Corvette. The reason why I will rank this car in its racing version is because it's in the cutscenes with Cross, which looks amazing, and also I am biased for this car because I have a diecast model of it. Now, apart from its racing version, the vinyl of this car is just so badass, and it exactly suits the character and the name Cross, who is a mean, cold, cool, and ruthless sergeant. Hence, it is in the top 5 of my list and the best bonus car in the list. Also,
Everyone.
I just had to make that happen. The number 4th car in the list is Vic's Toyota Supra. Alright, I'll say nothing, now just look at this cutscene. This glamorous cutscene just made me fall in love with this car, and not to mention that I have made so many memories with this car just cruising and racing around in this blue legendary car with that sick turbo noises. Its vinyl was also one of the best vinyl in the Blacklist for me, and that's why it has done better than all the cars until now. But here are the top 3 picks, the best of the entire game. You might have already guessed them if you're still into this game, and you might disagree, but I don't care. So here it is. The number 3rd car in the list is Earl's Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 7. This car might have come as a bit of a surprise to some of you, but there are very good reasons why this car is in the top 3. First of all, this guy in the entire Blacklist is the coolest guy ever because of his cool voice and approach from his phone call.
Earl here. What's up? Didn't think it'd be easy, did you? Let's see you hold it down after word goes out that you're worth a lot of green. See you fight your way out of that.
He also looks cool, and best of all, this small cutscene with that sick ass song. That drift was an iconic move back when I was a kid. It was also in front of an M3 GTR, which he also performs when we race him. Which also begs the question, did he also race that M3 GTR? And the best part comes from there, the race. First race of the Blacklist, not a big deal, but the second sprint race, oh, oh, it was, I am not joking, the hardest race in the entire game. Not because it was competitive, but because of a thing called rubber banding. It was so aggressive that winning that race made me feel so satisfied, and I like difficult races because they are the ones which are the most enjoyable. Now coming back to the car, my first interpretation for this car was like a wild animal by its spiky blue vinyl. Body kit was one of the greatest, carbon fiber spoiler and those turbo noises. But if I had that pink slip, I would have painted it black. Anyway, the number second car in the list is Ming's Lamborghini Gallardo. Yes, this would have come as an even bigger surprise to some of you guys, but let me explain. When you beat this guy and you got his pink slip, then it was nothing less than winning a lottery. The reason? It was fully maxed out like Webster's Corvette without the nitrous oxide, which was already unlocked. And this car was an overpowered beast when it comes to racing and pursuits because of its all-wheel drive system and the turbocharged V10 under the hood. And that, as a kid, made me a fan of this car. That I have a dream to own it one day, and it's only a 2004 model, the first Lamborghini. Apart from that, it had that awesome, simple and subtle grey vinyl, small carbon fiber spoiler, and it was black in color, which was best of all. But the biggest reason I love this car was because I have so many memories with it, and here is a combination of this car with the best V10 sound with my favorite tracks of all time in the entire game. Now, you know the best and the first car in the list in the entire game. But I will make you think differently when I tell you another theory or a fact you don't know about the BMW M3 GTR by saying the number first car in the list is R/Razor's BMW M3 GTR. And the reason why I'm stating it as R/Razor's BMW M3 GTR is because there are two versions of the M3. A slower M3 in the prologue of the game, which was ours, and a faster one when we get it from Razor after we beat him at the end of the game. Now, more concrete proof is that very few people have noticed, or the ones who have just too much time for Cross's dialogue.
Oh man.
When you see the interior of the car in the prologue, the car looks like a street version GTR with those AC covers, but when you try to look at the interior in the gameplay, it is just blacked out. Now cut back to the last race. The car now has a roll cage, a single rear racing seat and stripped out interior, which suggests that Razor has upgraded to be faster. Anyway, now the reason why it is in the first place in the list might be obvious to some of you, but anyways, when I had my first iconic glance at the silver race car with that legendary blue livery, it gave me a feeling of a hero who was just on the rise. And who is the hero here? Well, it's the car, because after this game, this car was a hit and was so prevalently famous that Need for Speed Carbon, No Limit and Heat still contains the M3 GTR with that iconic livery, and there's a good reason for it. People love this car, and the chases and the races in the entire game just so we can have this car back made it even more so desirable. But the best part ever with this car was at the end of the game. Since we had completed the game for winning this car back, we might have not anything to do with the car for which we had worked so hard for. So Black Box added this. Yeah, they added the most ferocious chase ever. Condition 6 cops with the most intense cops ever with the heavy SUVs. And we had to survive 5 minutes of this chase before Mia opened the closed roads so we can get away from Cross. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call the best ending ever. Oh, so 3 months for this video. But hey, cut me some slack. I'm an 11th grade science student and that too from India. So get it. Also like this video if it gave you that nostalgic feeling back in the 2000s and 2010s. Share this video if you know anyone who had played this game. And subscribe if you want to see part 2 of why it is so difficult to be an Indian car guy / enthusiast with those engineering mess and more. Until then, bye.